Hi everyone and welcome. It's really good to have you here. I've not done this before, so seems like a good time to start. I had a very special request from someone and I love getting these. It's one of my favorite things is to get custom requests. There's just something about being able to create something. Hang on, I'm trying to fix my camera angle here. There we go. There is just something so wonderful about being able to create something for someone to their specification that will make them happy, or make a loved one happy in this case. This particular customer, well, here I'll just read it to you. Hi Patrick, my brother's a big fan of anything from the 1960s. He listens to almost nothing but music from the time like Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, and The Doors. I saw you made a soap a few years back called Hippie Dude. Could you remake that please? I only need a few bars of it and I just know he would love it. Thank you for your, well, I won't read the rest. It's more complimentary toward me and not really the soap. But anyway, so I'm going to be remaking Hippie Dude. Now, I made Hippie Dude in a custom mold that I made. Custom, well, it's just a PVC pipe that I drilled a hole in. And then I just plugged the ends of it with some silicone bee molds that I have. And then I pour my soap in through the center in sort of alternating colors, creating a really cool kind of pattern. And I'll link to the original just so you can see what that looked like. I'm changing this one up just a tad bit because of things over the years that I've learned about using particular colors. And I'm going to be coloring this with, it's going to be a dark soap because that's what she wants. That's what the original was. Activated charcoal, black walnut hull, and sandalwood powder. And I have each of these just sitting in some of the oil from this batch that I'm making up here. And I'm going to be fragrancing this with sandalwood essential oil, patchouli, and a little bit of black pepper. And that's really it. So I'm just making sure that these are blended a bit here. I just want to scrape up anything from the bottom. I'll have to do it again obviously when I mix them anyway, but they've been sitting here for a while, so I just wanted to be sure. Alright, fantastic. So I'm just going to set these toward the back here out of the way. Let's go ahead. Now this will be a vegan soap made with no animal products. Upon her later communication, she stated she didn't want me to use goat milk, that he was vegan and vegetarian, and so I'm trying to keep this completely vegan. All the oils in here are oils that I always use. I've got coconut, I've got the sweet almond is in here, but I have avocado, I have castor oil, I have shea butter, and a bit of cocoa butter. And here I have, in place of goat milk, today we're using aloe vera gel and a bit of of course the lye. This has sea salt in it and a bit of sugar dissolved as well. And this will be the virgin excursion of my new replacement wearing commercial blender. My old one just finally gave out. It had been going out for a few months. It was making terrible noises and I knew it was time. I had worked that poor thing to the bone. So I replaced it. I got this new one, and I want to tell you that I was only able to get this because of a generous donation from one of my lovely, they didn't buy this for me, but they made a donation, which really shocked me. Shock is the wrong word. At my age, I guess nothing really shocks me, but I was so surprised, and part of me and I guess this comes from my weird, wicked childhood. Part of me has trouble accepting things. And it just comes from, like I said, it's a childhood thing. And I was discussing this with someone recently. When you grow up in a dysfunctional childhood, I'm cutting the tag off this, or the clip off of it. Anyway, when you grow up like that, the way I did, sometimes you find it difficult to accept compliments, you find it difficult to accept gifts because you're often suspicious, even when it's not warranted. But because of my childhood on the streets, I ran away at a young age, living out there, gifts often meant someone wanted something from me. When I was a kid growing up, my father would beat me or hurt me otherwise and give me gifts sometimes afterwards as his way of apologizing. And that creates a very screwed up mentality that here I am at 60, still challenged by that. So why am I telling you that? Just that I'm growing beyond that now, and I'm so proud of myself. Yes, it's still hard to accept a gift when someone gives it to me. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, it is a challenge. But I don't think the same thoughts. I'm not playing that tape in my head that says you don't deserve this or that person wants something from you. Now I just go, wow, what a nice person. How kind of them. For me, that is a big move forward. So I'm sorry I'm babbling. Let me get on with making my soap. Her soap. I'm making, this will make about 8 bars or so, maybe 9, I'm not sure yet. But she only wants like 3 or 4. I'm not sure how many exactly this makes because the way I put this mold together, I don't remember. I'm just being honest. If I went back and watched my old video, I'd know exactly. But I did keep the recipe, so I know exactly how much to make to get it going. All right, so okay, we'll see how this goes. So these are noisy blenders, so I will edit out the sound. I'm sorry. Here we go. So I'm just going to get this just emulsified, then I'm going to whisk in the fragrance, divide it, and then we'll do the pour. I just wanted to show you all. There's a little hen here, and she's raising just a single little chick. She only hatched 1 egg. And it has been just the cutest thing watching her take care of this baby. See if it makes it. It's just a cute little thing. It's just a little nugget. Hi, Mama. I don't have any food for you. You want some coffee? That's all I got. Oh, she's not all that thrilled about coffee. But I just get a kick out of her. That's her talking to it, just making her little coos. And when she pecks, she calls the baby over. Like, hey, I found something. And it comes running. It's just so cute. And I know any of you that already have livestock, this is probably nothing new to you. But I don't know, there's just something really sweet about her and this one little baby. And she really takes care of it, too. She's been a really good mother to it. I'm not even sure it's her chick. It was an egg in her nest. And it's the only one that hatched. So she's having a good time raising it. That patchouli, that dark patchouli, is just intoxicating. Now, if you don't like these kind of fragrances, then it's probably not intoxicating. It's probably ick, but it smells fantastic. With the sandalwood, the patchouli, then that bit of black pepper really does ground it. All right, so I'm going to divide this up now. And I'm going to keep a bit here separate that I'm going to use to separate out the colors, maybe. Because these two are so similar, the activated charcoal and the black walnut, although it will cure a bit lighter. It won't be this, it'll be a dark brown. The sandalwood over here will be a lighter brown. Yes, I'm going backwards. You should always mix your colors lighter to dark. But these are all light colors. I'm not too light colors, so I'm not too concerned about it. All right, so let me get my stand over here. This is just a homemade thing. It's a 2x4 that I cut notches into in each end and then used 1x4s on the sides. It just gives me a place to sit. I'm actually made this just for this mold, just to hold it in place. All right, so that's really it. And now you won't see much because, well, it's an opaque pipe, you can't see. And I'm gonna get a funnel. All right, that one will do the trick just to get us going. So I'm gonna start, this is where it gets tricky because I lose order so easily. So I'm gonna start with the black. And I'm trying to pour it in the middle so that it's not on the sides too much. I'm going to pour a little bit of the base color, just a little. I'm going to pour the sandalwood. This is the sandalwood powder. Oop. Tad bit of the white, or light I should say. Yeah, that funnel is going to be a devil for me. And the black walnut. A little bit of the white. And I know this part isn't very exciting for you. I apologize. All right, some of the black. A little bit of the white. I say white, it's just the natural. And I'm not going to have much more of that left, actually. That's the black walnut. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much more of that left. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little bit of titanium dioxide into the black walnut powder because I do want a color to kind of divide up, because otherwise all those dark colors might just run together. So this is going to be kind of an unexpected color. I will tell you, this gray is kind of unexpected. I know that wasn't the color I wanted to go with. Oh, I guess I overfilled it a little bit there. Okay. It's full. It's done. I have just this little bit left over here, so I'll pour the rest of this in another mold, and this we're just going to let sit overnight. Then we're going to take it out and cut it. Oh, what happened? So as you saw, part of it was hollowed. I don't know what exactly happened, but a large part of it just got hollowed out. And I don't know, I think inside the mold an air pocket formed, which I've never had happen. Something new, but that's okay. The person that purchased this only wanted 4 bars, but I'm going to get, you know, a few more than that out of it, but I was hoping to get several more. But hey, as is the case sometimes, things don't always go as you think they will go, or hope they will go. Well, there we go. So, not bad. What do you think? Can you see the 3 distinct colors? So it's still a tad bit soft, but because of that air pocket in there and the way I pulled it out, it doesn't matter that much. But I learned a valuable lesson, and that is you have to pay attention to what you're doing. I do like the pattern though, but you do have to pay attention. I like what the gray did. See, the outer bands are that gray that I did at the end here. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not able to see those that well. I kind of like that it gave a little bit of a difference from the center when it first started. I think that turned out rather fun, and though it wasn't intentional, well, it was intentional because I added it, but I just mean wasn't where I started. I kind of like the gray. It added a bit of dimension there. And actually what's happened is the natural color actually darkened a bit, so there is a nice, I think a very nice variation of color in there. And I'm going to try to do more in this mold. I've always enjoyed this mold, and I've only used it a few times. But I like that you're able to do a pattern like this simply by pouring. There's nothing, no swirling, nothing else that needs to be done, but you get these fun designs. So if you haven't tried yourself, I'm just trying to wipe up the activated charcoal because it's so dark and it's still soft. It tends to leave little trails here. But if you haven't tried this, I'd say give it a try. It's a lot of fun. It doesn't require anything special. A PVC pipe and a drill. And you can get these fun patterns. Now, this is where on the mold, there's the hole that I was pouring through. And so you're going to have some little indentions in that area. But I don't think that's any big deal. I don't think soap has to be perfect to be beautiful. I'm learning that. Beautiful soap is perfect. I'm not suggesting that it isn't. I think soap itself is pretty perfect. But what I mean is, not everything, the shape doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes the design itself, I think, makes up for it. And certainly with this, I think it has some fun colors and patterns in it that just make it spectacular. Yes, it has a few imperfections, but sometimes that in itself is the beauty. I hope you enjoyed this, everyone. I did have fun putting them together. If you get a chance, try it yourself. So, hippie dude, have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.